Hi guys, this is Satyam from Broadband.com, and in this video, we'll show you how to fix various types of issue in any GSI ROM. So these include the issue with regards to the 5G not working, LTE or 4G not working, issues with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and display as well, then double tap to wake not working, as well as issues with the brightness, headphone jack, as well. The headphone jack is also does not work on some GSI ROM. So in this video, I'll show you how to fix all this issue at once. Do keep in mind the steps are applicable across all the GSI ROM. For the sake of reference, I'm using the latest CRDroid ROM, but steps are applicable across all the phones and all the GSI ROM and across all the Android version. So with that in mind, let's get started. So first and foremost, let me fix the display issue. As you could see in my case, I am facing a display issue. The display will automatically turn off. I could only use the phone for a couple of seconds, and after that I will face the display issue. So let me show you that as well. So as you might have seen just now, the display got turned off and it will take a couple of tries to turn on, and if I use the phone for a couple of more seconds, as you could see, it automatically gets turned off and gets hanged for a few seconds. I then have to press the power key a couple of times to be able to use the display once again, and this will carry on till ages. There is no rectification as such, and it might happen anytime while I'm using any app. As you might have seen, I just got a light flashing on the display and then the display got turned off. So first and foremost, I'll show you how to fix this issue. So for that, let me show you that issue as well. So the brightness issue. So in this case, what you have to do is simply force the FPS at 90 Hz and the issue will be fixed. So let me show you. So let me enable the, so first and foremost, go to the settings menu. Just give me a second, I might have to access the settings menu. From the settings menu, access the PHA treble settings, and from here you will have to go to the miscellaneous features, and from the miscellaneous features you have to go to force FPS and choose 1080 into 2400 at the rate of 90 FPS and select it. And once you have made this selection, you will have to restart your phone as well. This restart is compulsory, so don't do a restart to system UI, do a normal restart to the system for the changes to take place. So it will take around a few seconds for that to happen, and in rare cases you might again face the issue even after implementing this fix. So what you have to do is again do a restart and then wait for around 5 to 10 minutes. Yes, you will have to give it that much time frame, around 5 to 10 minutes, and after that you will no longer face any issue whatsoever. I have tried this fix across many GSI ROM, and in all of these cases, after using this setting, I had to keep my phone alone for around 10 to 15 minutes, and after that the issue was fixed forever and I no longer faced any issues. So let me see if I am the lucky one right now, then the issue will no longer appear, or if it appears, then I will have to keep the phone away for around 10 to 15 minutes, and after that the issue will be fixed. In some cases the issue will be fixed right away. You just have to choose the 1080 into 2400 at the rate of 90 FPS, simply force the FPS from here and then restart the phone and the issue is fixed. So once that is done, let's now move ahead with the next fix. So now if the 5G is not working in your case, then for that, here is a fix for that. So go to PHA treble settings, from there go to IMS features, and now after that you will have to tap on install IMS APK for Qualcomm vendor, and it will then install the APK. I'll have to go online for that, and once that is done, you will now have to enable the toggle next to request IMS network. Once that is done, you will also have to enable the toggle next to force the presence of 4G calling setting. Once you have enabled both the toggle and tapped on install IMS APK for Qualcomm, you will now have to open dialer and type in *# info info #*, then go to phone information, and from here tap on GSM WCDMA preferred and choose, you will have to choose LTE NR, it should be here, so NR LTE, choose it, and with this your task stands complete and the 4G and 5G should now work on your phone. You will also have to do a restart once again, so long press the power key and choose restart system, and after the restart the 5G and the 4G should now work on your phone without any issue. Currently there is no SIM in my case, that is why you are not seeing any network, but you should now be able to use the 5G and 4G on your SIM without any concern whatsoever. So after that we have the 90 Hz display not working. So I already shown the fix. Just to repeat, go to settings, PHS treble, and then miscellaneous features, and from here go to force FPS and choose 90 Hz, and then restart the phone. As you might have seen in my case, after that the issue did not came to light. So that was the last time the issue happened, and now I am not facing any issue as such. Then if you are facing issue with double tap to wake, then in that case you have to go to the OEM features. The name will vary depending on the phone that you are using. In my case, I'm using the Xiaomi phone, so it says Xiaomi features. In case of OnePlus, it will be the OnePlus features, and you could access this from the settings, PHS treble settings, and then go to the Xiaomi features or the OnePlus features, Samsung features, and simply enable the toggle next to enable double tap to wake, and it should then work on your phone. As you could see, it's now working well and good. So let's now move on with the next fix. So regarding the Wi-Fi not working issue, let me open this guide as well. This would require you to type in an ADB command. So first and foremost, get hold of Android SDK platform tools from my guide and extract them onto your PC. You could extract them anywhere you want. Once you have done the extraction, you will get the following files. Next up, you will now have to enable USB debugging on your phone as well. So go to the settings menu. From settings menu, go to about device and tap on build number 7 times. You will get a prompt that you are now a developer. Now go to system, developer option, and enable the toggle next to USB debugging. After that, tap on OK in the prompt that appears. Now type in CMD in the platform tools address bar and hit enter. This will launch command prompt inside platform tools. Now type in ADB devices and make sure that you are getting an ID. If you are not getting any ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Tap on wireless debugging. Tap on OK. So it does not have the feature of debugging authorization timeout. So let me skip that. So if you are not getting any ID, then unplug and replug your phone from the PC. Disable and re-enable USB debugging. Use the official USB cable that came with your phone and use the USB 2.0 port on your PC. So carry out this USB tweaks and make sure that you are getting an ID. Once you're getting this ID, let's now move ahead. So now you just have to use this command. So copy paste this command. The entire command is an ADB shell command. Copy it and paste it here and hit enter. And after that, do a restart. Upon a restart, the Wi-Fi should now work on your phone and it will fix all the network issue on your phone. After the Wi-Fi issue, we have the brightness issue. So in some GSI ROM, the brightness slider does not tend to work along the expected line. It's working here well and good. But I have seen that especially on various Poco phone, the auto brightness does not tend to work and even the slider also does not work. So in that case, let me see what we could do. So again, you have to go to the settings menu, then go to PHS treble settings, and from here you will have to go to the miscellaneous features, and then you have to go to the force alternate backlight scale. So let me search that feature. So this is the option, enable the toggle next to it, and then do a restart. Upon the restart, the brightness slider will now work without any issues whatsoever. So with this, we have done this fix. The last fix is regarding the headphone jack not working on your phone. So for fixing this issue, you will have to execute a SU command, and SU command is a super user command, and for that you will have to root your phone via Magisk. So there exist a couple of methods. The easiest way of this is simply download the ROM, GSI ROM, which is already rooted. In most cases, the developer already have a rooted ROM. So to verify the same, let me show you just a minute. If I just give me a minute. So when you download any ROM, you will see quite a few variants of the ROM. So let me download. As of now, I am on the CRDroid ROM. So let me show you the link for that ROM itself, the official CRDroid, and this is the second guide which will come in handy. So if I get hold of the CRDroid ROM from its link, so let me go to any of these pages, and as you could see so in this there are all the non-rooted versions. So let me check this version once and verify the result. So let me go here, and the file has been removed. So let me access any other random GSI file and I'll show you the status of that as well. So just give me a second. And so over here as well, it's just the rooted version. Anyways, not an issue. So what I am saying that in some cases you might see that the last alphabet will be either N or S. If it is N, it means no super user, it's non-rooted. If you are seeing S, it means it's a super user and it's already rooted via Magisk. So your first course of action is to simply flash the GSI ROM which has obtained root via Magisk. In that case, you will not have to carry out any other task as such. But as you might have seen, there exist quite a few ROMs on which there is no S build. They all have the N variant, there is no S variant. As you could see in this ROM as well, CR as well, all the versions are N, and N stands for no super user. So in that case, you could take a couple of different approach to root your phone. So if your phone supports a custom recovery, then you may use the RP recovery to temporarily boot your phone to the recovery, or flash the recovery in the recovery partition. From there, simply flash the Magisk zip file and then install the Magisk APK file as well. Then launch the Magisk APK file, and after that you must simply use this command. The command is as follows: the setprop this command. You will get a prompt on your phone, tap on grant, and the issue will be fixed. So you may either root your phone via a custom recovery, or simply get hold of the stock firmware on your phone. So as of now, you will be on the GSI ROM, but you will have to get hold of the base firmware upon which you have flashed the GSI ROM. So in my case, I was using the HyperOS version. So I'll have to get hold of the boot IMG file from the HyperOS version, and then I'll have to patch the boot IMG via Magisk, and then after that I will have to flash it via farboot command. After flashing, I will then have obtained root on the GSI ROM. So you could either take this approach or the custom recovery approach and root your phone. I have made a video on how to root GSI ROM as well. You could refer to my video, or simply download the root build of GSI ROM if it's there. And once you have got the root build, or once you have obtained root on the GSI ROM, simply you could use this command, the adb shell command. Type in the CMD window, you will get a prompt, tap on grant, and after that the headphone jack issue will be fixed. So guys, these were the various methods to fix the Wi-Fi, network, Bluetooth, 5G, LTE, and the brightness as well as the headphone jack, double tap to wake issues on any GSI ROM across all the Android phone and on any Android version. Apart from that, if you have any other issue, do let me know in the comment section, and thanks a lot for watching.